Stevens, a native of Washington, D.C., served as an MP in the U.S. Army before serving for 34 years in the White House as a window washer and the sole cleaner of, get this, the chandeliers.
Wow.
Stewart actually served under 7 presidents, beginning his career at the White House during the Richard Nixon administration before retiring during George W. Bush's first term as president. He actually documents his behind the scenes experiences in his book, The White House Chandeliers, My Experiences While Working for 7 U.S. Presidents. The book contains stories as well as behind the scene pictures of the White House. Stuart Stevens, welcome to Experience Pros.
Yes, thank you. How are you?
We're doing fantastic.
Stuart, thank you for joining us. And first and foremost, thank you for your service to our country in the military. We're grateful for you and what you've done there. How did you go from being an MP in the Army to washing chandeliers in the White House? How did you get that job?
Well, to be honest with you, and to make it fast, I know I don't have much time to tell you, but I was really blessed to get to the White House. Really blessed.
Wow. Okay, so how did they pick you?
Okay, well, I washed windows at the Commerce Department, the Labor Department. I met a gentleman by the name of Charlie Rochford that was head of the EOB Executive Office Building, and he seen me washing windows at the new Executive Office Building, and I was doing such a good job. He asked me, did I want a job working at the White House, and I told him, yes, I did. He gave me the papers to take and fill out to bring them back so that Secret Service could clear me to work at the White House.
Well, I love this story. And so you worked for 7 presidents. Did one or two stand out above the rest?
Well, all of them was very good presidents. Everyone was very good presidents, but President Carter was very religious president, and he carried his Bible to the Oval Office every morning. So I've been religious all my life, so he kind of stuck out with me. But the next president was really kind of close to me, was President Clinton.
Really? I understand he sends you birthday cards every year.
Yes, every year he sent me a birthday card because he stopped me in the hall one day right after I lost my mom and dad, and he came over to me and ordered the Secret Service guy stopped, and he said, Steve said, hold your head up. He said, not that bad. I've been there before. He said, you'll be all right. And from then on, him and I was buddies, as you might say.
I love that. So, Stuart, what is the one thing that when you meet people and you tell them you worked at the White House, what is the one thing most people want to know?
Well, the most thing that people want to know when I meet them and I tell them that I was cleaning chandeliers, the first thing they want to know is how many chandeliers in the White House. And the first thing I tell them is that I don't know because there's so many of them and I was cleaning them all the time. I never had time to count them.
Did you ever break one?
I did all the chandeliers.
Yeah. Did you ever break one? Because that would freak me out.
Never broke a piece.
No?
I was told when I first got the job that if I break a piece of chandelier, I was gone.
Oh,
and that's
wow.
why I never broke one.
And so you never broke one. Well, good for you. Now the book is called The White House Chandeliers, My Experiences While Working for 7 U.S. Presidents. How did you pick which stories and pictures you would put into the book, Stuart?
Well, I picked the stories that I would go in the book was one that I experienced at the White House. Everything in the book is true. And I picked them from my records and from my experience. I knew everything that I was talking about. That's how I put them in the book because it was all true. Like I'm telling you now, it's easy for me to tell you in the question you asked me because there's no lies in the book.
That's good. No lies in the book. We don't have to worry about that.
It's a good life lesson right there.
Stuart, what was the hardest part about working for the White House?
Well, the hardest part for me was working at the White House was getting up on the scaffolds and things and cleaning the big chandeliers that had 7,000 and 7 pieces of crystal on the chandeliers. That was the hardest thing for me. But, hey, that was fine because I liked the job.
What do you miss the most about being there?
Oh, Lord, you know what I miss the most from being there. I miss all of the presidents and the first ladies. All of them was wonderful people to me. They treated me very nice. Matter of fact, President Nixon, when I first met him, he was such a good president that everybody liked him, and especially me, because he asked everybody, he wanted the name of everybody's child and the ages, and they gave us all big Christmas presents for our children.
Oh,
so he was a good president.
That's so nice. He's good human beings as well. Hey, Stuart, where should we send our listeners to pick up a copy of your book?
www.stuartcstevens.com.
StuartCStevens.com.
Senior.
Say it again.
StuartStevensSenior.com.
There you go. StuartStevensSenior.com. Go check it out.
Yes.
Get a copy of the book, and you will have a fun time. We've been smiling the whole time, Stuart. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, let me give you that again. It's www.StuartStevensSenior.com.
There you go.
Stuart, thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
You were a pleasure.
You all are very nice people, and you ask some wonderful questions. I wish we had more time to talk. I could tell you a lot more.
I bet you could. I bet you could.
I love
Thank you.
All right.
This is in Politics and Prose on Connecticut Avenue in Washington, D.C.
There you go. The White House Chandeliers, Stuart C. Stevens, StuartStevensSenior.com. Go get a copy of the book. Here's what Ronald Reagan wrote. It says, in the performance of your duties, you've always shown your multiple awareness of these multiple meetings at the White House. You've helped keep it a hearth of warmth for Nancy and me, and the house of welcome for visitors and dignitaries from every part of this nation and the world. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is very cool. Make sure you go and pick up a copy of the book.
Absolutely.
All right. So, Eric, it is that time of year. I think what a great Christmas present that could be as well for anybody. And just what a neat experience to, we always want to know what goes on behind the scenes. I'm always fascinated by the pictures.
If you break one, you're done.
The staff. You know what? I could use him at my house. I have the dropsies.
Really?
I drop stuff all the time. And so at my house, when somebody breaks something, I'm just like, oh, that better you than me. Because it was going to be me if it wasn't you.
You don't kick them out though, do you?
No.
All right. It's a hard rule. Gang, we'll be back right after these messages. More positive business talk just ahead. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Network.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home